This grilling season, don't just fire up the barbecue. Elevate it with meats from around the globe, delivered straight to your door by the Butcher Shop Direct. They're not your average butcher. Butcher Shop Direct sources premium cuts from over 5 continents: Argentina, Japan, New Zealand, Spain, the US, and right here in Canada. Whether it's a tomahawk steak from Australia or melt in your mouth Wagyu from Japan, they bring the world's best to your backyard. And here's the game changer. Every order is cut fresh on the day of delivery. No sitting in a freezer, no guesswork, just top quality meat, expertly prepared and grilled ready. Planning a cookout? Check out their handcrafted burger patties and small batch sausages, perfect for taking your barbecue from good to unforgettable. And right now, you can save 15% off of your first order. Just visit butchershopdirect.com and use promo code EatingWild15 at checkout. Plus, get free delivery on all orders over $250. That's EatingWild15 to save, and free delivery when you stock up. Butcher Shop Direct. Premium, fresh, delivered. I got a couple guys here that can really tear me up here. I got to be careful. I don't want to butcher names. You served for Canada. What's your story, man? Because it is quite intriguing.
2 years later, I found myself in Afghanistan, and I was also hurting, and I didn't want to get to that state. You know, I had a son that I loved very much, and I wanted to be there for him. I wanted to be the best dad I could be. One day I just woke up, and I just decided I can't live like this anymore.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Eating Wild podcast. I am your host, Antonio Smash Maleka, riding solo here, folks. Today, it's great to be here. It's early October, man. I can't be more pumped than I've ever been in my life to be sitting here talking to you guys about October. We got hunting, we got fishing, we got Thanksgiving around the corner. We're going to talk about the way I'm going to be doing my turkey this year, which we'll do that towards the end of the episode. But, we got an action-packed October happening, guys. We got the Foreskins trip coming up. Luis Top Dog Pereira is going to be fishing with a legend, JP Bushy. He's doing that on Georgian Bay. They're going to be going after some skis. I'm going to try to join them. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, we'll be listening to this episode next Wednesday when we're driving up, Lou and my. Hopefully, we're going to Pap with Mr. Bushy, who's a legend. We got our Foreskins trip coming up. We got a little bit of hunting, fishing. Luke Bryan said it the best. We're going to be going after whitetail. We're going to be popping smallies, possibly muskie, depending on how fishy on the Gagne feels. There's always that trip. There's never enough time for that trip, guys. And you know what? Listen, everybody out there that has that one trip with the boys or the ladies or the friends or the family, whoever it is that you're going out with, it's one of those things where you feel like there's so much to do and not enough time. And here's the thing. We go for like 5 days straight. And it still feels like from the moment you wake up, if you're not going to walk the bush for, grouse or partridge, whatever it is you want to call it, or you want to sit for some waterfowl, you want to sit on a pond and pop a duck or a goose or whatever it is. It's like next thing you know, it's like, okay, we're checking the winds. Nip is probably wide open. The wind's down. Let's get on the boat. Let's go chase some smallies. And man, they get big this time of year. And it's my favorite time to fish with my friends. And love to hear from you guys, man. Check us out on Instagram. Check out Siege and Lou. They're handling the socials. Ask some questions. We'll let you know. But man, this is my favorite time of year. We got a couple things happening. In the middle of this episode, guys, you're actually going to hear a live interview. I got to sit down at CISA with a gentleman named Jason Lamont. Jason, I know you're listening, buddy. And again, you can watch the interview on YouTube. We'll actually be on with this episode. And Jason, represented Canada and fought for our country in the war, was in Afghanistan, and resides up in Kingston, Ontario, if I remember correctly. And his story, sitting down with Cody the Champ Chovancek, who came up to help me out with the CISA event. We were there, again, one of the proud sponsors of the event. And when Moose told me that we had a Corporal Jason Lamont coming to do the live at CISA and to share his story, and, you know, sitting down with him kind of takes you back. You know, just the conversation that we had with Jason, and, you know, the outdoors is a big part of his life, and fishing and hunting, and, you know, to hear the stories that he shared with us and how he's helping people now is incredible. So I advise you guys to stay tuned, listen to this episode right through, listen to the interview that myself and Cody had with Jason. It was incredible. It was a beautiful morning. It was actually Championship Sunday, believe it or not. And I think it was 7 or 8 in the morning. The boats just blasted off. And, you know, Jason was doing the live with, I believe it was with Mark Hunter and Moose. I think Big Jim McLaughlin was there as well, and Scotty Martin. So what a panel that was. And, you know, he shared his story on the live, and then we got to actually sit down with him and hear his story. So it's incredible. I would encourage everyone to listen to the story. You know, again, the outdoors kind of bring people together, but then it also brings you to meet these really special people that really have a story that kind of touches your heart a little bit. I'll be honest. It got me going. Cody was there sitting with me, and, you know, after we interviewed Jason, Cody looked at me and he's like, man, you know, it kind of hits you home to hear the story. And, you know, we're grateful for you, buddy. And it was a pleasure sitting down with you. So again, stay tuned for that. But before we get to that interview, again, I'd like to talk a little bit about the October Pop Fest that me and the boys are going to do. And again, the guys are busy, man. Everyone's busy right now. And we're getting ready. We're going to Bass Pro Shops tomorrow. Hookset, myself, Showtime Johnson might meet us there. Hopefully Luke's working. He's a great guy. He's a big fan of our show. And, you know, just to walk around, and Luke's the manager there. He's a great guy. And, you know, we'll just talk fishing. We'll look around. Maybe we'll go in the hunting department. I'm in the market. Hookset's in the market for a rifle. Again, we don't own a rifle, but we're looking to purchase one. And the rifle hunt, man, we're excited for the rifle hunt in November. Whitetail, we're going to sit. We both, Daniel and I both have crossbows, and we're excited. Again, last year I was fortunate enough to get a nice buck. Wasn't a trophy by any means, but he ended up being beautiful burgers and sausages that I got to share with people. And that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? This is the time of year that we look forward to, whether it's fishing, hunting. And I can't wait to get out there, guys. Speaking of sausages and burgers, my mind's going all over the place here. Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving's a couple weeks away, and that sort of is the starting point for me in the foreskins, because usually we are gone right after Thanksgiving. You know, you got Labor Day weekend with the family. Kids are going back to school in September. You know, the family's getting all settled in, and then you got the first holiday coming around. You got Thanksgiving. Football season starts. Hockey season starting. The Jays. Let's go Jays. Are you crazy? The Yanks. Get ready. Anybody listening, by the way, from the US of A, we love you. We absolutely love you. But get ready, because we bleed blue over here, and we're about to pounce on you boys. And listen, I grew up wearing a Yankee hat. I didn't know any better. I just like the symbol, and I like the culture, and I like the history. But guess what? You know, the Jays are, they're looking good. And if you like sports, you live in Ontario. If you live in Canada, you're a Jays fan. So let's go Jays. We got that starting. The Leafs are around the corner. Siege's Senators are still dump. I don't know what he's going on about. We're looking good, Smash. You're looking good. You're looking good where? Isn't Claude Giroux like 72 years old now? Come on, bud. Your Ottawa Senators are brutal. And the Leafs are looking good. We lost Marner, don't care. And, you know, we got a good Italian guy, Michelli. He's looking good. So the Leafs are coming up. We got good sports. But Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving is literally the starting point of our Pop Fest. And turkey, man. I got to tell you, and Hookset will touch on this too one day when he comes back and joins us. We've butchered hundreds, and I'm talking hundreds of pounds of turkeys over our careers. And Dan was always the guy who loved cleaning birds. He was the bird cleaner. We used to have competitions who could clean a chicken the quickest, and that guy can butterfly a chicken wide open in about 7 seconds. But cleaning turkeys is like cleaning any other bird. And I feel, guys, this is just a quick tip from Smash here. I feel if you take apart your bird, okay, grab your turkey, whether it's wild or whether you're buying it at Loblaws, whether it's a butterball, whatever, frozen, thawed out the day before. Try this. Take apart your bird, breast out the meat, okay? Breast it right out. Get your knife, get your nice sharp knife, boning knife, whatever it is, and clean it like you would a pheasant, a duck, a goose, a chicken. A bird's a bird, right? And take apart your legs, and I would tell you, if you can bone out your thighs, bone out the leg, whole, skin on, okay? There's techniques you can watch on YouTube. You know, get your boning knife. There's a lot of sinew that will run through. You'll see these little white, sharp, you know, they almost look like bones, but they're not. It's like sinew. And it literally, you want to remove all that shit right off the bone. And you could pound it out. You can grab your meat cleaver and pound out the dark meat if you want to flatten it. And stuff it, man. Stuff it with whatever you got. Jack cheese, bacon, chestnuts, maybe some pan-fried Brussels sprouts with butter, and add some apricots. Lay that down on your dark meat, guys. Roll that up, tie it up. Rub some butter on there, some fresh sage and thyme, some lemon zest. Fire that bloody thing in the oven. Cook it. You got your meat pro with you. Cook it at around 165. Pull it and rest it. I'm telling you right now, when you carve the dark meat, and it's you know, you got that beautiful ring of stuffing in there, it will absolutely people braise the shit, by the way, out of their dark meat, which I get it. You know, if you're taking apart, keep the meat on the bone, you braise it and you pull it and it comes right apart and melts in your mouth. Sure, beautiful. But here's the reason why I like doing my dark meat this way. 1, it's the wow factor. 2, it's delicious. And 3, it's so juicy. I'm telling you right now, cooking meat to 165 poultry is your magic number, no matter what it is, unless you're doing duck breast, of course. 135 is where you want to be. But if you can do your breast out your turkey, cook that to 165, rest it, cover it in butter. Again, fresh sage, thyme, rosemary, whatever fresh herbs you want to use. Rest it, cover it, put it aside. The whole point of this is you're going to take those bones, you're going to roast those bones, and you're going to overnight do an amazing turkey stock. Okay. I'm talking when you chop up that sage, you're going to grab the stem, you're going to fire it in that pot. You're going to go celery, carrots, onion, rutabaga, whatever vegetables you want. You can do parsnips, you can do butternut squash, root vegetables, man. This is the fall. Get into it. Roast your bones off, get them in a massive pot. Let that thing simmer overnight. Your house will smell like a festive pop fest overnight without even cooking your birds yet, okay? And the whole point of the reason why I do this is because I'll literally, in my saucepan, I'll put a lot of that beautiful broth the next morning. Broth. Again, I'll baste the shit out of my breast. I'll baste the hell out of the dark meat that's been rolled up, stuffed like a freaking Christmas morning when you're popping all your beautiful lures out of your stocking. That's what I get in my stockings. Stuff the hell. Okay, tie them up some butcher's twine. A little bit of stock on the bottom, guys. And you don't even have to cover this turkey. Like, just roast it. Roast it, you know, get the color on that skin. You don't have to pan sear anything. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to do a couple things. 1, it's going to save you cooking time. I can guarantee you're cooking that for about 2 hours instead of 6. So then that's the biggest problem with people murder their turkeys. I'll tell you what the problem is, guys. You're cooking your turkey for 4 to 5 hours. That's fine. You got a 25-pound bird, Tom, in the oven. You need to cook it. Why? Because you need that dark meat to get cooked right through. That white meat is going to be drier than hell, because that white meat is going to cook to 165 way quicker than your dark meat. And I'm telling you this. I'm almost guaranteeing you this. Your turkey, if you probe it, you cook that thing for 5 to 6 hours. Your dark meat might be at 165, 175. Your white meat's at 200. Sandpaper. I'm telling you. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, listen, I'm not a pro at this. This is what I do for a living. I've cooked many birds in my life. But I'm telling you right now, if you literally get a meter probe your dark meat, probe your white meat, roast your bones off, you will have the most unbelievable broth for your stuffing later, for your gravy later. You're going to be able to keep that, put it in deli containers and freeze it. You got bone broth, turkey bone broth. I'm telling you the benefits of it. It stretches out your bird. You can do so many nicer things with it. And the presentation, guys, when you have a breast that comes out of the oven that you don't have to peel away off of the bone, you just grab your razor sharp knife, you slice that thing beautiful, fan it out, circle around that baby with your beautiful stuffed dark meat that you should see all those beautiful things in there, whatever you want to put in there. Like I said, be creative. And serve it with a little bit of cranberry sauce. Again, I'll give you my recipe for cranberry sauce. Very simple. A lot of brandy, cognac, brown sugar, orange juice. That's it. Reduce that down. Brown sugar. I'm telling you right now, there's your magic recipe. Again, get a hold of Siege or Lou on Instagram and I can give you the exact amounts, but that's basically it in a nutshell. And make your gravy. You're going to take that stock, you know what I mean, that you did overnight with the beautiful bones. You can reduce it down even more if you want to, but listen, just get it on a pot, a little bit of cornstarch with water. You don't need flour. You don't need to make a roux with butter, blah, 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 all this shit. Get that stock, reduce it down, cornstarch and water, thicken it to where you want it to be. And it is the most natural, no hidden ingredients in this. There's no MSG, none of that crap. It will be the best gravy you've ever made. Stuffing, use whatever bread you want. Again, if you want to use pumpernickel bread or if you dark white, whatever bread floats your boat. Again, I'm crazy. I use honey garlic sausage, apricots, craisins. You can go crazy. I diced up parsnips and diced up carrots, celery, onions. I fire that on there and then I just hammer it with a little bit of that beautiful stock, chop up some fresh rosemary, thyme. Then I add a bit of that gravy and then you cook that off, toast that up. Woo! It's like bread pudding, but the Thanksgiving style. And I'll tell you right now, beautiful way of preparing your birds. Brining. Brining is a thing. Deep frying is a thing as well. I'm not a fan of it. I will tell you this. I like the dill pickle juice brine. I did it on chicken wings in Georgian Bay with the boys a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty sure the boys said it was one of the best chicken wings they've ever had in their life. We barbecued them. And I think, so it was pickle juice, key lime, and lemon pepper. By the way, the seasonings are going to be out very shortly, guys. Again, you'll see that all come up on our socials. But I did the dill pickle juice brine on the chicken wings overnight. It was nothing like, it was like, I don't know, hours that people say, oh, you know, like 2-3 hours. Listen, I think for brines, overnight is the way to go. You want to put it in the fridge. You need time for that vinegar to penetrate into the meat. But again, listen, I'm not against people brining stuff for 2 hours, 3 hours, marinades, 2-3 hours, whatever floats your boat. But I did it overnight, key lime and lemon pepper seasoning, pickle juice, vac sealed, brought it to the boys. Lou barbecued it. Actually, Dan or Lou, I think we all were taking turns on the barbecue, but I'll tell you, it was incredible. Try it on turkey. I know Dan said he was going to try to do it on turkey this year, but pickle juice has been a pretty big trend. Deep frying. A lot of guys are deep frying turkeys out there. Again, I'm not a fan of it. I've had it once before. I went to a Buffalo Bills game, tailgating, and it was one of those things where it was like I just had the leg. It was a turkey leg, and it was deep fried, and it was delicious, but it felt like I was eating a chicken wing. I don't know. It was weird. It was good, man. I'm not going to knock it, but it was like eating a chicken wing. They had buff butter. They had all these hot sauces and stuff like that. And it was cool. But for Thanksgiving, guys, I got to go traditional, man. Again, I'm all about cooking things to perfection. I know putting that bird on the table, it's a magical moment, but think of putting that platter on your table where everything looks nice and beautifully fanned out and the juices are running into that plate and you got your homemade gravy, you got bone broth in the fridge for You know, geez, you can make one turkey, you could probably make at least 12 to 15 liters of broth, you know, and have fun with it. And that's Thanksgiving is one of my favorite times of the year to eat. And again, it kicks off our big fish season, kicks off the hunting season. So it's a special time of year, and I'm looking forward to it. So guys, listen, reach out on the socials if you have any questions about, you know, Thanksgiving, because when this drops, we'll be a week away from Thanksgiving. And if you need any tips or questions about how I do things, you know, feel free to ask. I got lots of experience. I mean, we're doing Thanksgiving dinner this Friday for over 600 people on set, combined shows. So we're gonna be me and Craig are gonna be butchering some birds, and it's gonna be fun. Like I said, we make tons of stock, and that stock goes a long way. So have fun with it. I love to hear what people's recipes are and how they do things, but you know, it's a good time to be here sharing these recipes with you and talking food. But we're going to take a short break. On the other side of this break, guys, we're going to sit down with Jason Lamont. It's sort of something that we've been wanting to find the perfect time to insert this interview, and you know, being the festive time, and you know, family is so important this time of year. Hearing stories like this just makes you feel grateful for the men and women that go out there and serve our country. Also in the USA, you know, the States is pretty big on their military and what they do. So again, they're our neighbors, they're our brothers and sisters. So enjoy it. Jason Lamont, great guy. It was a pleasure sitting down with him and the champ, Cody Chovancek. Enjoy the interview, and I'll be right back after these short messages.
Hey, Eating Wild listeners, are you still searching for that perfect boat?
Xtreme Marine London has got you covered with new and used boat sales, service, and professional installation of marine electronics and accessories. Visit their London or Kingsville, Ontario locations today and get ready to make waves and catch that fish of a lifetime.
Xtreme Marine is your one-stop marine shop. Check them out at www.extrememarinelondon.com and follow their journey on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to tell them that the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
This is Championship Sunday, guys, and I'm joined with an absolute honor. Okay, we got Corporal Jason Lamont. Did I say that right?
You did, yeah.
Jason Lamont. I got a couple guys here that can really tear me up here. I got to be careful. I don't want to butcher names. I got the champ,
What's going
unified
on?
Canadian champ, Cody Chovancek, sitting down with us, and it's an absolute pleasure to be sitting next to these two guys. But we'll start with you, Jason. You know, what brings you out today? It's pretty remarkable, your story, obviously, and you know, you're up on the panel with the guys. How was it, first of all, being up on the panel with those guys, watching the screen today while those guys are out there live on Championship Sunday?
That was a lot of fun. That was absolutely a lot of fun. Seeing all the, like, how good the production is that they got set up, all the cameras that they got going on there, seeing the boys on the boats, like, just, it was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you served for Canada. What's your story, man? Because it is quite intriguing.
Basically, when I was younger, I just really felt blessed and lucky about where I lived, and I felt like I should give back. So on my 18th birthday, I joined the military. Wow. And then 2 years later, I found myself in Afghanistan, doing the first rotation there in the war in Afghanistan.
That's unbelievable, man.
Well, I want to give you props for your service. I appreciate that, brother, and that's huge, and it means a lot, man.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Cody, you're 2 weeks away from your big fight at UFC. We're all pumped, you know, we're all Canadian here, and this is a big Canadian event. And yourself, you fish. So for you coming down here on Championship Sunday, you know, being around all the guys and, you know, familiar faces, tell me, man, what's it like to be here on Championship Sunday?
It's awesome, man, to get out here and experience it and see a bunch of familiar faces and see how, like, the big Canadian show does it. You know, it's everything's run professionally. Moose is doing a killer job. We got a bunch of good guys out here. I'd like to be in one of the boats too and see exactly what these guys are doing, but I can't wait to see how big these bags are going to be. I mean, 29 pounds.
29 pounds,
28 pounds. That's, like they keep saying, it's a world-class smallmouth fishery, so it's huge.
It's incredible. And Jason,
I heard this morning that you even volunteered to go out and be a marshal today. Is that true?
I did, yeah.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah, no,
They
had too many, which is totally fine. But there was a volunteer thing that came through just on an email from a Soldier On program.
Right.
Yeah, they had this. I think it was on Thursday or Friday, where the vets had a chance to fish with the anglers for about half a day.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know
awesome.
how that worked out, but I didn't get accepted because they had 70 applicants. They drew names, wasn't one of them. So I thought I'd volunteer and come check it out, you know?
Volunteering, man. This guy's been doing it since he was 18 years old, serving our country. So let me ask you, do you fish at all? Are you into fishing?
I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I fish with my son a lot, so always having a good time there. It's nice and peaceful, and it's nice healing that goes on with fishing.
Absolutely,
Just get
man.
to go be with nature and just get to really be presence.
So
That's, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No,
to
go
cut you
ahead,
off.
bro.
So you were telling me earlier, the Americans were in 6 months before you guys.
Yeah.
So you were in there right from the get-go.
Right from we're the first Canadian tour that actively were at combat.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
A lot of people don't know that you guys would probably be in there that early. Like I didn't know that we had Canadian forces over there as early as that. So
Yeah.
that's wild.
That's
good to know.
incredible, man. And you're from Canada. You live up, is it north where you're living right now?
Right now I'm from Nova Scotia, bounced all over, and then lived here in Kingston for a bit, and then moved myself up in the country in Tamworth there.
And we were talking earlier, and you said you saw turkeys bright and early this morning out on the property.
Yeah, 6 of them just right in the backyard, just moseying along until the dog got out and he saw them and he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to catch those guys. He didn't. And then, he got close and then he realized, oh my God, there's 6 giant turkeys there. And then he got a little more timid about it and he's like, I'll let him be.
Let him go.
I'll let him be.
Well, listen, Eating Wild is about fishing, hunting, and food. Food is a big thing about we talk about, and especially with Cody. I know, Cody, you're trying to cut weight, but Jason, I want to ask you, we'll talk about Cody's diet very shortly, but for you guys, when you guys are training, what is the diet like? What are you guys eating while you guys are out there?
Whatever we can.
Whatever you can.
Yeah, normally it's rations. The old school World War II foiled, sealed rations.
Good old MREs.
Good old MREs, man. Yeah, that's what keeps you going. You just throw that on top of the tank there, and the tank heats it up for you, and num.
Well,
Good.
if I had to ask you, what was your favorite MRE you had? The chicken dumplings or what? I know
Honestly, the beefaroni was strangely really
beefaroni.
freaking.
Beefaroni?
I've had that
pasta.
beefaroni before. I used to do air cadets a little bit, so
Oh, nice,
they'd give
yeah.
us some MREs just to mess around. I don't know, on a camp trip or something. So I
Siege.
know that beefaroni's a good one.
That and the Salisbury steak one. The
Okay,
Salisbury
I haven't
steak
had
one
that.
was real. Surprisingly, everyone would fight over that one because it was actually really freaking
The
good.
Salisbury steak.
The Salisbury steak. And I don't know what kind of steak it was or if it was anything Salisbury at all whatsoever, but yeah, it got you going. It was good.
It got you
The
going.
little
Siege.
brownies you guys had in there too,
Oh,
right?
yeah, right. And those little Ritz crackers were pretty gold.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
man! It sounds like when you say beefaroni, it sounds like what Siege was eating at his wedding.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh yeah, Siege, 100%
Oh, yeah.
beefaroni. Cody, you're weight cutting now.
Yeah.
You got to hit 135.
Yep.
Tell us about that. Is that
136.
136.
So my last 2 fights were championship fights. So I had to make 135 right on the dot. This time it's back to 136. Instead of a 25-minute fight, it's back to a 15-minute fight. So 3 rounds of 5 minutes. And yeah, the diet, it's just same. We've made a little adjustment as before, but it's just watching those calories, right? And you want to burn more calories than you're eating, right? And then as it gets closer to fight week, we do a water load. We cut out carbs, cut out sodium. You lose some weight like that. And yeah, I want to do around a 10 to 8 pound cut this time. Last time I tried to do a little too much, but we're going back to what we did before. I've successfully done it from 47, 50, 52, and that being fight week. So I want to get to 150 fight week this time around, and it'll be a smooth cut.
What's that like in your body doing those weight cuts?
It's tough, but we got it down to a science now. They've been doing it for some time, so it's the rehydration is the most important part. How you rehydrate, you're not eating big meals right away. You're not trying to mess your stomach up. So after that weight cut, you make that weight, it's nothing but liquids for 4 hours. And then it's basic carbs. And then you can start slowly eating some smaller meals. And then once your stomach feels good, now you can start putting in full meals. And you don't want to overload yourself either. You don't want to feel too heavy, but it's Yeah, we got it dialed to a science now. I've done it 8 times now, so.
It's a lot of dedication you put into it, eh? Yeah. Props for you for that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Talking about dedication, when you're sitting next to somebody who served our country, somebody who's representing our country at a professional level, at a high level, you can't get higher than the UFC. I got to ask you something. You must feel so proud when you come here and tell your story, especially guys like me that listen to the story and I get to sit next to you. What's it like for you now that is it now you're officially retired?
Oh, yeah. So I joined in 2002, went overseas in 06, and then did 8 months in Afghanistan. And then afterwards, I went until I think 2011, 2013-ish before I realized that my heart was hurting and I needed to release from the military and actually go on a soul journey because I wanted to heal. And I recognized that, I lost friends over there, like my best friend also, and a lot of friends afterwards. And I was also hurting and I didn't want to get to that state. I had a son that I loved very much and I wanted to be there for him. I wanted to be the best dad I could be. So I just dedicated my life after I left the military to just healing. Every day, that was like my full-time job. I woke up and I'm like, okay, how can I change my mindset? How can I figure out what I'm going through and like work through it and like be at peace with it?
That just hits me hard in the heart. And Cody, I'm sure you listening to Jason's story there, you appreciate what these guys do more and more every 100%. Single day. And I'm just glad to hear that now you're healing. And you're healed. You're completely healed.
I honestly, after putting in all that work and all that effort, and just I made a choice one day. Like one day, I just woke up, and I just decided I can't live like this anymore. It was an active choice. It was like I don't want to be hurt and I don't want to be suffering. I want to heal. And then that day literally did change my life. And then from that moment forward, it just became healing one thing after another, till I got to this point where I don't have that trauma from war anymore. It doesn't go through my brain. It doesn't hurt my heart when I think about the boys and the girls and the friends, the family that I lost over there. There's joy again, finally, to actually remember them and to be lucky and blessed enough that I have known these people in my life and that they got to shape me into who I am today. And I feel very blessed and thankful for that.
Wow, it's incredible, and thank you. I mean, there's no other words that you could say other than thank you, and I'm so happy to hear that you're healed and sharing your story and getting it out there for people. I think is the most important thing because nobody really knows. Yep. Codes like we talk about it all the time. Everyone's lives are so complicated now. A family comes first. Me being a father as well. You try to provide, you want to provide, but if I don't have a stable head, that means that I'm not providing properly for the family. And I think that your story is so inspiring for people listening right now. And, I think the most important thing that I can take from your story is that, we have to really, really look at ourselves in the mirror sometimes and say, look, you got to take advantage of every single day and be healed. And I think that your story is going to help more people. And I'm really glad that you actually sat down with me today and Cody because it's incredible, man. And I'm really, really grateful to have you here and share the story. But, Cody, listening to Jason's story, but does that hit hard for you?
Yeah, we really appreciate your service. And if there is anybody listening that's struggling with PTSD, first responders, military service, what do you think some of the biggest tools that you use to successfully fight this battle with PTSD? What would you say to them?
One of the biggest things that I want to say is that there are people around you that absolutely love you and they care for you and they see you hurting and they want to help in any way, shape, or form that they can. And sometimes they don't quite know how because I know in the beginning I rejected that help. I felt unworthy. I felt like I wasn't deserving. I just wanted to kind of hurt. But one of the biggest things that helped me heal is opening up my heart to the love that I had around me. I was blessed with this beautiful kind of family and friends that came together and that just gave me love and shared love with me and were supportive and wanted to be there for me. And as soon as I allowed them to be, I went on such an epic healing journey. And I got to share it with the people I love and they got to see me for me and it brought us closer together and build something between all of us that I actually really can't describe how magical and beautiful it actually was. But you find your soul, and you find your soul with other people. That's why we're all here, right? Nobody wants to be the only person on the world with nobody else. Where's the fun in that? Where's the joy?
Absolutely.
We're here for each other, right? And when we kind of give into that and we allow it to happen, you know, it fills our soul, and it helps that hurt kind of just heal. And making that choice for yourself is also a huge thing. You have to make a conscious choice that you want to heal, that you want to find that love and that joy again for who you are. And once you make that choice and you make it like a conscious effort to actually, instead of beating on yourself or tearing yourself down, that you change that narrative and you're like, no, I'm a great human being and I deserve love. And the more you tell yourself that, and the more you repeat that, and the more you show it in your life, it works magic.
Unbelievable, man. And how can people get information? Is there any social media, or is there any websites that people that are suffering from this that have maybe nobody to talk to? Is there anything on the web that they can search to help them with this? Or is it something that they need to really do their research and find people like you to help guide them or speak to them daily so that they can fight this battle?
I think both, honestly. I'm not 100% sure about exactly what the programs are. I know when I first got back from Afghanistan, there wasn't anything. There was absolutely, they didn't quite know how to deal with it. It was kind of fresh, it was new. And Canada, the government, they weren't ready. And there wasn't a lot of programs. But nowadays with social media and people that are actually putting their hearts out there, there are a lot of people that have a lot of, like for me, a lot of my journey was finding people online that actually spoke to me and spoke to healing and spoken to connection and love and just the human conscious experience, and then what you can do with that. And then you keep searching and you look and you'll find people and certain things that will just speak to you, and go into it. Search, go into that, look at as many things, read as many books as you can about it, watch as many people as you can about it. Whatever speaks to you, go with it. Because that's just, every path is going to be different. Everyone has the ability to heal, but we're not all going to heal in the same journey or the same way. Some people are going to pick different things that other people wouldn't do until years later or years before. So it's just what works for you, what speaks to you. And if you take a moment, actually just sit with yourself and sit with your heart, it'll guide you. You know what you need. If you actually take the time and just sit with yourself, you know what you crave and what you need.
Incredible, man.
That's
well said. And listen, we're so grateful. I want to say thank you to Cody for coming. I know you're a couple weeks away from your fight, and thanks for coming and co-host.
That's
We're
exciting
excited
times.
for you, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I'm pumped up.
Make sure, if you're listening, guys, September
16th.
September
16th.
And you can watch it on UFC Fight Pass.
UFC Fight Pass, ESPN Plus on our Sportsnet. It'll all be on there live.
So we're excited for you,
Dana White
man.
Contender Series.
That's huge. Contender Series.
Honestly, so good for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, bro.
And Jason, man, thank you. Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you, man.
I really
thank you,
appreciate
Smash.
you sitting down with us, man.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
We're going to help get your word out there.
Hey boys, have you guys ever been to Gagnon Sports out in Oshawa?
Have I? That place is a gold mine. Picked up my new compound bow there last weekend. Hunting, fishing, archery, they've got everything.
Boys, don't forget the indoor shooting range. Gagnon's not just a store, it's an experience. They've been doing it right for over 50 years.
Seriously? I thought it was just another outdoor shop.
Just another shop. Buddy, it's family owned, Canadian proud, and huge. I've spent entire afternoons in there.
Or skip the trip and shop online. GagnonSports.com ships across Canada, fast, smooth, and packed with top-notch gear.
All right, I'm sold. Gagnon Sports trip next weekend?
Only if we hit the indoor range first, so I can show you guys how to shoot.
Gagnon Sports, 50 years of adventure and counting.
And don't forget to tell them the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
Welcome back, guys. Smash Maleka here. Hey. Come on. Listen, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I know you guys listening to that interview. If you got a little tear in your eye, don't blame you. The guy's an absolute beauty, Jason. It was a pleasure sitting down with you. And listen, any story that you can share and be inspiring to people and help people, it's out there that are going through, mental issues and mental health is a really big thing these days, guys. You know what? The thing that cures me and makes me feel at peace is one, hearing stories about other people and what they've gone through and what they've done. Kind of makes me feel thankful and grateful for what I have. But fishing is one of those things that gets me to my happy place. Hunting just recently for the last 5-6 years gets me to that place where I really kind of find myself. And, for that one moment, whether you're catching fish or not, you really take a look around and it's like, look where you are. You're in paradise. You're surrounded by your friends, sometimes family, whether it's your kids or whoever your fishing buddies are. Takes you to that special place. And for me, being with my friends, being with the foreskins, and fishing with my kids and my wife sometimes, not all the time, but whenever we get to go out there, it's it's something that I don't take for granted and enjoy every second of. Because again, with our busy lives, busy schedules, we don't get much time to get out there. So when we get out there, we try to take advantage of every moment. And sitting down with Jason really touched home with me. And it was an awesome, really awesome interview. So thanks again, Jason. Thanks again to Cody the Champ Chovancek. Recently, again, just won his UFC contract, 4-fight contract. We always stay in touch with Cody. I mean, we sponsor Cody. He's a great kid. And congratulations to him making the UFC. I remember actually that interview. Right after the interview, he was a couple weeks away from going to Contender Series with Dana White. And, he's, for a guy that can pop the outdoors like he does, fishing, hunting, Octagon Outdoors, stay tuned for that, guys, because he's got news coming about that. Humble kid. And we're just so happy to be a part of his journey, his career path. We're a big fan of Cody. And listen, if you haven't seen this guy in the ring, he's 9-0. He's putting Canada on the map at bantamweight right now. His girlfriend she's just won her fight at Unified there, and she's coming up the ranks as well. Get ready. It's a power couple, man. Cody, we love you. But, speaking of seesaw and big fish and everything that you just seen there, we got a couple big things happening, man. And one of them related is the Muskie Brawl. We are going to be fishing. We're going to be providing the food. Again, we're proud to be sponsors, David Gray and Graham Hurley. Like, these guys this is a family. This is a culture. Muskie fishing for these guys is, I'm telling you, if you have never been to the Muskie Brawl before, listen, you got to get on there. You have to make yourself available for this tournament. It is the biggest muskie tournament in North America, in my opinion. Just being a part of it this year, to be on the water and competing, forget the food and everything else, and meeting with the guys after. And some of the guys that are out there, you might have not have heard them on a podcast. They maybe don't even have social media, but these guys pop muskie. And when you have a chance to get in a room with guys like this and pick everyone's brain and just to hear the stories, it's incredible. It's part of the whole Muskie Brawl experience. So I encourage people, the Muskie Brawl is happening November 7th, that weekend. Get the Fish Donkey app, join up, look it up, download it. I think it's Muskie Brawl 11th. It's their 11th season. Look up on Facebook, get a hold of Graham or get a hold of David Gray and become a part of this event. Because if you like muskie fishing, Lake St. Clair is one of the best muskie fisheries in the universe. Some people hate it because they call it the fish bowl. It's a fish bowl. Look, listen, muskie is one of the hardest fish. I don't give a shit if it's loaded, if there's 1 million fish in there. There's so many factors that go into muskie fishing. It's like anything, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. They say it's fish of 1,000 casts or whatever it is. It's not even about that. Sure, there's lots of muskies in Lake St. Clair, but there's big muskies in Lake St. Clair. But you got to work. We've been fishing, me and the boys have been fishing Lake St. Clair for years. Before, we used to, like I said on our last episode, we used to avoid the brawl because we didn't like all the commotion until we actually became a part of it. And I'll be honest, like the brawl is in the world-class fishery of Lake St. Clair, and us fishing Lake St. Clair, I mean, day trips are hard. It was a 3-hour drive for me, Dan, and Lewis. Siege being out in London, it wasn't too bad. But that water can turn on you in a second. Those winds change. And I don't care if you got the weather app, whatever app floats your boat, and Lake St. Clair can be ruthless. And yes, there's some sheltered areas. You want to go up the Thames. You want to fish the river. I've seen guys pop in the river. But it's not a cup of tea. It's not go out there and cast. And so I hear people saying, oh, yeah, it's the easiest to catch them. Yes, the numbers are there. Yes, there's 50-plus inch muskie, tons of them in there. But if you don't know how to work that plastic, if you don't know what you're looking for on your graphs, if you don't know how to cast one of those big plastics using these unbelievable, rod and reel combos, you have a disaster out there, guys. I'll be honest. And if you have basic knowledge of fishing, if you know how to throw a bait cast or spinning rod, you got heavy gear, come out there. Come out and learn. There's guys on shore ninjas, we call them. One shore ninja, I think, even won the tournament or won big fish a couple of years back. Like, this is the beauty of the muskie brawl. So I encourage everybody listening. We're going to have Davey G on in the next few episodes. We're really going to dive into it. There's shit happening where there's lures that are going to be announced. There's big news coming out. Mike from Waterwolf, I know you're listening, but there's something cooking there. And we're going to have to talk to Davey G about it because I don't want to be the one to break the false fake news. But talking to Davey G, he's pretty pumped up. And listen, talk about giveaways and prizes. And I think it was 10 G's in a muskie tournament. Are you nuts? 10 G's? That's not all. There's money right down the ladder. Eating Wild's going to be giving away a prime box. You got tomahawk steaks that are good. Last year we had Wagyu. Like, you know what I mean? It was insane. The prizes, the dudes, like the females, there was some killer female anglers in that tournament last year. And it was so cool to see them fish because it's anyone's game out there. I don't care who it is. It's anyone's game. You're allowed 3 people per boat, which is really cool. So again, I get to fish with Lou and Siege. And listen, come out there, enjoy the festivities. It's a really, really well-organized tournament. Hats off to the boys that run the brawl. And come see us. We're going to be doing breakfast. We're going to be at Lighthouse Cove in the morning. We're going to be doing something special. We'll have hot coffee there. We might be interviewing some people right outside the boat launch. But it'll be interesting and it's going to be fun. And listen, if you're listening and you're a brawl maniac, we will have Davey G on shortly, and hopefully get in the studio with the Foreskins on the next one. Like I said, Lou's busy with work, and CJ's got his mom in town. God bless her. She's coming to visit Siege from Erie. Dan's running the fort for Gourmet Craft and Catering, as he always does. But it was a pleasure being here on a Thursday evening. I got to go to work. I'm actually going to interview on the Vampire Serving tonight at midnight, believe it or not. So it's a crazy day for me, but I had to take the opportunity to really properly introduce Jason Lamont interview and talk to you guys about the festive season. Again, reach out to us, social media. Big thanks to the Butcher Shop, Xtreme Marine, Gagnon Sports. Check out Gagnon Sports, guys. I'm telling you right now, go visit Justin. If you're in the Oshawa area, that is the ultimate playground. Go shoot your gun there or shoot one of theirs. They got the range. It's unbelievable. I can't wait to go see Justin. We got something cooking with him. Rob from Xtreme Marine, listen to this. I talked to Rob. By the way, if you're looking for a pontoon, I got a 21-footer that just headed over to London. I'll tell you right now, I barely drive the thing. This is a shameless plug here, but Rob from Xtreme Marine is helping me out. He's going to be selling my pontoon for me. And, he's selling boats like crazy, man. It's like October here, and he's so busy, which is awesome. I'll tell you right now, amazing service, amazing people. Go visit those guys, the Butcher Shop. You want to talk turkeys? Get on the Butcher Shop Direct website right now. Get your fresh bird delivered to your front door. I'm telling you, there's nothing like a fresh turkey. And I don't care if you want to go buy your frozen one because they're $3.99 a pound, whatever it is, at your grocery store. Spend a little extra money. Get a fresh bird delivered to your door. Use the Butcher Shop Direct. Use the Eating Wild 15 code, guys. It's 15% off, free delivery within 200 kilometers of the GTA. And I think it's the Etobicoke area within 200, free delivery right to your front door. And shop around, man. Shop around. Get yourself some steaks. Get yourself some chicken. Treat yourself. Go on the Butcher Shop. They got the best meat. We use it every day. Tell them the Eating Wild Boys send you. Coach, get that tune fired up. Let's get her going. This is Smash Malek. I'm checking out of here. Eating Wild Podcast. Get the net. Fish on. Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble. We're out of here. Ciao.